Hello everyone, it's Wednesday night and welcome to my Facebook Live. My voice may sound a little odd tonight. I've caught a cold. It is just a cold. I took a test. But I've been pretty miserable last night and all day today. So this may be an abbreviated Facebook Live, but I had this planned, so I wanted to go ahead and do it tonight. My computer has decided to do updates. And so I may or may not be sharing this live. It's looking like not, but I will share it with the group later. So for a change, I'm not showing you the completed card first, and you'll understand why as we're going through it. If this is your first time, welcome. If you've been here many times, welcome back. Every Wednesday, I show you something on Facebook Live. The next week, I do a drawing for that card, and somebody that comments on the Facebook video will be drawn for that. So last week we did this Leporello, I think it's called. It's a fun fold, and it's using this same snowflakes. I'm having fun with snowflakes. It just unfolds like that. So I will tell you at the end who won this card. This is what I posted on Facebook that we made in my class on Monday night. And it uses the bundle. We're using a little bit, a couple of stamps from this tonight, but it uses this sparkling snowflakes bundle. It's always hard to see. So this is like a tag topper. So it just punches the top of a strip of paper and makes that fun snowflake at the top. And then this is the sparkling snowflake stamp set. So we're using just a couple of stamps in that. We're not using the punch. There's also, I used it in the background of this card. You can kind of see it up there. There is a Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder. But what we're really going to play with tonight is the Abundant Beauty masks. And I probably should have had a dark, maybe I can use my cardboard. So you've probably seen, use the back of my cardboard and see if that helps. People making masks with the sunflowers, and we actually used these masks in a previous card just for a background. So there's leaves, then there's sunflowers, and then these are the insides of the sunflowers. Or you can make them, they don't have to be yellow. And then there's some background. So this is the one we used, herringbone, that we used on a card a few weeks ago. And then there's some leaves that would be beautiful for autumn leaves. But the one we're using tonight is this snowflake one. So I have a piece of Night of Navy, and I will put all the dimensions on my blog after this, assuming my computer decides to cooperate. So what I like to do is take just a tiny bit of adhesive in the middle, just a little bit. And that just keeps your cardstock from moving. And then I'll lay my embossing. I don't know that it matters. And I have Post-it tape. So we will lay this over our embossing folder. Get a couple more pieces just to be sure. Well, it was at 100%. My computer now is at 24%. So you want to be sure you don't put that over any of the snowflakes that you're going to use. So what I'm using tonight, it is embossing paste. And I haven't used this for a while, but it's really a lot of fun. So this is the shimmery white embossing paste, and I keep it in its plastic. I keep the foil, whoops, that's part of the lid, the foil over it, because this stuff dries out very quickly. So you can't see it, but off camera, I have a tub of soapy water. So as soon as we're done with this, I'm going to put this stencil and my tool in that soapy water. That way, otherwise it gets hard on there pretty quickly. I could not wait until I was done with the video to do this. So all we're going to do, peel this up, and you can see it's kind of like cake frosting. And so this is, what are these called? Palette knives, I think. They come in a set of 3. Yeah, palette knives. So they come in a set of 3. This is the one I usually use. And so you just scrape it across there, and you don't need, I think when I did the one this afternoon, I had too much. It doesn't need to be real thick. Hopefully, I don't know if you can see. This is really shimmery. You can also, we have a non-shimmery one. And you can take some of it. I wouldn't want to do it to the whole jar of it. And you can kind of squish it and get some more. I wouldn't want to do it to the whole jar, but you can take some of it out of either one, the shimmery one or the regular one, and add some re-inker to it and color it and make it whatever color you want. So I'm just kind of scraping this on. I think when I did it this afternoon, like I said, I had too thick of a, it was too thick on there, so it was taking a while to dry. So what we'll do is I'll show you what this looks like, and then we'll set it aside and let it dry. And we'll pull out the one I did this afternoon that's already dry. All right. And then if you have anything extra on your knife, you can just put it back in there. All right, and I'm going to throw that in my tub of water. Close this back up. And put it in its plastic so that it will stay good and moist. And then we'll pull this up so you can see what we have. Oh, it's so pretty. All right, I gotta throw this in the tub too. And then when I'm done, I'll just take that upstairs and just wash it off. Okay. Got some on my fingers. So I don't know if you can see the shimmer on camera. Hey, Khaki. It is a very iridescent shimmer. I don't know why. It's so hard to pick up shimmer on camera, but it's beautiful. But I'm going to lay this aside because it will take it a little bit to dry. So let me put it somewhere where I won't mess it up. And then I have the one that I did this afternoon. That is all. Oh, you can see a little shimmer now. It's just so pretty. So I decided I didn't need a lot else with this. Well, I can go ahead and do the inside to show you. So I've got a piece of thick basic white. Whenever you're doing a card base, out of either the white or the vanilla, you want to use thick. The other is just not strong enough. And then I have another piece of basic white. I wouldn't normally do this, but just in case I mess up. Oh yeah, and I have a piece that I've die cut. So on the inside of this, I'm going to do some snowflakes. So this is Night of Navy. That's what and I'm just doing one full strength and then a couple stamped off. I'm going to do it in 2 corners. So our cardstock is Night of Navy that we put our snowflakes on. So just add a little extra to the inside. And then I've got Let It Snow. So we'll put that on our circle here. This is cut out with the Stylish Shapes, one of my favorite die cut sets. All right. That is all of our stamping. So now we can, oh, and I did use, I have an old, I don't even know what size this is, but it's a small hole punch. And I put it, just a little punch there. We'll see. Since I haven't made this card, it might not turn out. We might not like it, but this is what we're going to do. So this is going to go on the inside. Again, you could stamp directly on the inside since it's basic white. But this way, if you mess up on your snowflakes, you can turn the piece over. And like I said, I didn't feel like it needed a lot of extra on here. So I have a piece, I have 2 pieces of this iridescent ribbon. So I'm going to take one and just wrap it around that side. And I like to just use some, you can use your adhesive, or I just use Scotch tape on the back. Nobody's going to see it. But you see why we have to wait for this to be perfectly dry, because you don't want to be pressing down on that while it's still not set. So let's put this on our card base. There we go. And now I have another piece of this iridescent ribbon. And I just guessed. I have no idea how long I need this. But I wanted to be able to tie a bow. So I'm going to tie it once. And then I'm going to take some of our silver cording. And we'll just cut off a piece. Let's see how much this is so I can be sure and put it in the notes. Looks like it is about 4.5 inches. So I can put when I'm able to get my computer to work. And so I thought I would just tie that on here in a knot. Maybe I should do 5 inches. Because I do want it to hang down a little bit since I'm going to tie that other piece in a bow. Oh, come back, come back. All right, so tie that. Trying to keep my finger in there so it doesn't tie it too tight. And then we can always trim those ends if we need to later. Now let's see if we can tie this in a bow. And the good thing about this ribbon is since I pulled it tight, it kind of stays, so I'm not having to hold it at the same time as I'm trying to tie the bow. And it's always harder to tie bows on camera than it is when you're just doing it by yourself. You know that. It's always the case. All right, let's see if we can get that loop untwisted. We don't want it all folded up. Oh, we won't. Let's try again. It's nice that this ribbon is the same on both sides, so I don't have to worry about twisting it so that the right side is up. So just get it kind of tight. Well, come here. There we go. And then you can always, we need to cut those a little bit now. All right, so our Let It Snow is kind of hiding back there. So what we can do is we can put it on a dimensional, so we can figure out kind of where we want it and put it on a little dimensional. So let's get that. since it seems to want to hide behind the bow. This way, we can make sure it gets seen. So just kind of like that. And that's all I was going to do to this one, because with that, I know you can't see it as well on the camera, but in person it's so sparkly, and that iridescent ribbon really matches the iridescent embossing paste, the shimmery embossing paste that we used. And then you have the little snowflakes on the inside. So that is our project for tonight. I wanted to remind you one more time that this month, if you're thinking about joining my team, there's a fantastic special going on. So you can either get 35% off your starter kit, which makes it, so normally our starter kit, let me back up. Normally our starter kit is you get $125 for $99 free shipping. And then you get 20% discount on everything you buy after that for at least 3 months. There's some minimums, but you don't have to do what I do if you don't want to. But for this month only, you can get 35% off your starter kit. So it comes out to $68 or something. So you get $125 for $68. Or you can get 35% more. So for $99, you get $165, $68 worth of goods. So both fantastic deals. A great time to join if that's something that you're interested in. Be sure and reach out and I can answer any questions you might have. All right, that is our card for tonight. I'm going to go clean all my stuff. Oh, I needed to tell you who won. I almost forgot. This card was Nancy. So I will get this to Nancy. So she'll get that snowflake card, and somebody next week will win this sparkly iridescent snowflake card. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me. I'm sorry it was a little abbreviated tonight, but I will be back next week with something else to show you. Bye.